Where you at, Berto?
The Pick Me Asian epidemic. Let's get right into the video. I actually don't really know what this video is going to be about. So it's by Antonio Speaks. He's always giving us some good videos and, you know, teaching us something new. So let's get right into it and see what's going on.
So I've mentioned this on my channel previously. Minorities in America, they will turn a blind eye to racism as long as the white people view them better than the black people. Of course, it's not all, but it's very prevalent. If you're watching this video right now, if you're Indian or if you're Asian, you all got this one friend that wants to be white. He makes jokes clowning his own race, and they just fiend for the white approval. And like I say, bro, white supremacy has did a number on many groups of people in the world. We see it so much in the black community with the raccoons, you know, and it's just becoming more and more prevalent with minorities in America. So we got a tweet right here that says, "Is he eating with his hands?" And it's a photo of Zohran Mamdani, who is running for the mayor of New York. And I see no problem with this photo. I say this all the time, but in America, white people feel like if things aren't done by their way, the white way, it's automatically wrong. It's just so ironic because there are many American foods that are ate with the hand.
Yeah, it's all the time.
Pizza, fries, burgers, like hot dogs. So because they want to eat rice with their hands, it's automatically wrong. But when people do that, it's okay, bro. Someone quote tweeted this and said, "I will speak on this again because I am Asian. I eat rice almost every day, and never once in my life have I eaten it with my hand. Use a spoon. This is disgusting."
Disgusting is crazy. I mean, man's wearing a suit and tie and sitting around the table eating rice. Now, I don't know what culture and what, you know, subculture of anything where this is normal. I don't. Genuinely and just genuinely speaking, it does look a little bit odd, but I honestly would just assume that that's just, you know, what they do in their household for this particular meal. Like, I wouldn't jump to conclusions and just start kind of like being like, oh, this is disgusting, it's unacceptable. Bro, people are so like miserable.
Hey, bro, she tap dancing, man. She want that white approval, boy. This is her, and I mean, it just looks like she wants to be white, in my opinion. Some of you American Asians really need to
looks like she don't know what she want to be.
Stop pretending you speak for Asia. You're not Asian, you're American with Asian ancestry. That's it. Having immigrant grandparents doesn't give you a PhD in other people's culture. Asia has thousands of cultures, hundreds of ways of living. Just because you've got Asian blood doesn't mean you get to call other Asians disgusting. You're not cultured, you're just allowed, you know what, hey. And I applaud that, bro. I feel like every group of people is going to have that kiss up, you know, the raccoons. We call them raccoons in here, you know. I don't know what y'all call them, but everybody has that group of people that just you just make us sick, bro. What are you doing? Here we go, another quote tweet. "As an Asian, I feel I have authority on rice. Eating rice with your hands is gross, strange, and barbaric. Nobody in my family has ever done this. He acts like utensils were never invented."
I mean, again, it's just like, I don't have a PhD in Asian culture, but there's so many different subcultures of Asia, you know what I'm saying? Asia's a big place. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that there's no way that there's not a demographic of people that considers this to be normal. That's so disingenuous, honestly.
And this is him. The picture's a little blurry, but he's Asian, okay? Gen Z conservative. Another tweet we have, "You aren't Asian, you're American. As an Asian from Asia, I have authority to tell you that Asians have always eaten rice with their hands." And it's pictures of just people eating rice with their hands, bro. Clearly, nothing wrong with that. Someone quoted this tweet and said, "Koreans, Japanese, and Chinese don't eat rice with our hands. It's only Southeast Asians."
Look at that. Asia's a big place.
In my opinion right here, he's trying to imply that these Asians at the top are better than the Southeast Asians. And this is him, by the way, man. Oh my God, this dude, I think I saw Young Don do a video on him, bro. So, you know, yeah. Some white lady replied under that tweet and said, "As my Singaporean friend used to say, the jungle Asians."
So Asian on Asian hate.
Laughing emojis. 6,000 likes. That same lady from the first tweet, she ended up like replying under it. She said, "This is accurate. There are jungle Asians, Southeast Asians, island people, and there are fancy Asians, Taiwanese, Chinese, Japan." Man, I can guarantee you they all view y'all niggas the same way though. You know what I'm saying? The lady ended up replying, "Fancy Asians, ha ha ha, 2,000 likes." And then she said, "Inner Asian racism actually goes hard. We're funny." I mean, god damn, get off her dick, my nigga. Shit, golly. Look at this comment, y'all. "The browns of Asians don't count. Is known."
What? Yo, real quick, if you like making money, I need you to watch this part of the video. If you don't like making money, then go ahead and skip it, but that really should be none of y'all. I know you guys have been seeing me promote this new app called Free Cash, and the big talk of the town is
this a scam, Berto? What is this?
Well, look at this guy, and this guy, All people from our community that are making money through the free Cash App. The link is in the description. Even one person from my boy Astro Dior's community made $1,000 using the free Cash App. I know it sounds crazy, but yes, you can make free money while playing games on your phone. But let me break this down in a very clear way for you guys so you know exactly what's going on. When you sign up for free cash using the link in my description, once you're in, you're gonna see a list of games pop up. You download them, you play them, you beat the levels, get to the certain requirements that they tell you to hit. And once you get there, you're gonna get some credits sent to your account. Every single time you hit the requirements, you get paid real money. And they make the process so easy that you can cash out that money into your PayPal or even gift cards. And yes, it is completely free to use. Now, there are some options where you can spend a little cheese to get through the level faster, but you don't need to do that. The reason why this is even possible is because these games are trying to get new players onto their platform. So they pay free cash to pay you to get people to play the game. Now, I know I showed you a crazy example of somebody making up to $1,000, which it's possible, but realistically, it might take some time. This is just an easy way you can make an extra 10, maybe 20 bucks, just doing something that you guys probably do for free anyway. So if you're gonna be bullshitting on your phone playing games, why not get paid? So if you've been on the fence, this is your sign. Click the link in my description and try out a few games. And when you make your money, take a screenshot and send it to me, bro, because I want to see y'all make that cheese. Because if I'm winning, I want to make sure y'all winning too. I love y'all. Y'all know what to do. Link in the description, and you're gonna get a $5 bonus using my shit. Now let's get right back to the video. Where you at, family?
Hey, bro, this thread is crazy. It's like very... If you Asian, it's gonna make you mad. I'm not gonna read no more of this, bro. But it's mainly other Asians feeding into it. So this is a screenshot from a TikTok. And it says true Asian, which I believe is Korean, Chinese, and Japanese. And then chopped Asians are basically all the South.
Damn, what type of bullshit is this?
You know, Asian countries, bro, which is... And like I say, bro, throughout all time in history, the lighter you are, the better. Whiteness is considered the standard, like it's the best. I don't know why, but yeah. And if you're darker, you know, you got some brown, some melanin in you, you're at the bottom, bro. It's always been like that.
I have not talked about this topic in a while, but I came across a video of this Filipino girl that moved to Australia, and you know, she found her Australian boyfriend and he's Caucasian. I'm all about bringing culture together. I think it's amazing. People are interested about the Filipino culture. I'm like, hell yeah, this is what it is. But I think I just drew the line when she posted a video of her boyfriend or husband, I don't know what they are now, and she captions it, "Hey future kids, I've just secured your blue eyes and a better nose."
Damn.
I know that this is an ongoing thing, and I can't speak about someone's experience, but I remember when I was in school, this is the biggest thesis I have in one of my paper, and I did a lot of research and I read books and studies about it, especially things that has to do with colonial mentality in the Philippines and the ideation of whiteness, and not just skin color whiteness, but the idea of what whiteness can bring to the Philippines and the social status that can give you. A lot of Filipinos, when they look at someone who's white, they already correlate that to someone who's better and better in a lot of aspects.
That's
of life,
worldwide.
like
that is literally worldwide, bro. Black community, we see that. You know what I'm saying? Like like colorism in the black community, featureism in the black community. If you got a big nose, it's ugly. You got big lips, it's ugly. You know what I'm saying? Your skin darker, it's ugly. But if you got a skinny nose,
but you see how it's crazy though. They really brainwashed this for years that the bigger features are ugly, right? But now fast forward to now, it might not have, you know, tapped into the Asian culture, but just speaking on the, you know, the white community, look at what everybody's doing now though. Everybody's going to get their lips injected to get bigger lips. Everybody's going and getting their BBLs to get bigger butts. While again, you know, I'm just speaking as a black person. Those are our natural inherent features. You see how hypocritical this shit can get, bro? This is crazy.
you know what I'm saying? If you got lighter skin, you know, this shit is worldwide, bro.
Standings, jobs. In one of the papers that I read, a lot of Filipinos subconsciously try to reach that level. It is not new. If you just go to the Philippines, go to any kind of store, every soap is whitening soap. Everything is all about making your skin whiter. Actors and actresses are revered for having more Eurocentric features, and if they're half white, oh my god, they're just, doesn't matter if they have talent or not, doesn't even matter if they can speak the language or not, they'll be a really famous Filipino actor. Besides the point, I know where the hurt is coming from, especially because a lot of those papers and books that I've read has talked about that. But I think the goal now, and I can't keep talking about the past, I just need to be able to talk about the present. And so the goal now is, like, especially my own personal goal is to elevate me being Filipino, elevate me and my culture.
I feel for y'all, man. Y'all gotta start checking these bootlickers in the Asian community, dog, for real.
Asian racism is always like slightly, just a little bit more accepted for some weird reason.
One reason is our own people. Let me show you something. Think it stops
y'all
there?
doing that too, man.
A joke about Asians eating pets in the year 2025 getting hundreds of thousands of likes. More likely than you think. I censored that guy's face because I'm 90% sure they're a minor and hopefully they grow. But he is not an isolated incident. There are so many Asians who are quick to use stereotypes as the foundation of their jokes, of their humor. Whether people want to admit it or not, this perpetuates racism. It normalizes it. Comedy is powerful. Comedy transcends.
That's what I be saying about these. Oh, bro, just a word you can say is funny.
Negative ways. Asians are more than capable of being funny without relying on racial stereotypes as a crutch. I like to use Nat Community Channel on YouTube as a great example of that. I grew up with her. So funny. You don't have to use an accent. So why do some Asians do this? A lot of the time, it has to do with wanting to appeal
to the white man,
to other communities, or gain approval from them. It's easy to assimilate into another culture if you betray your own. Another reason is that there are opportunities for material gain. There are many creators, comedians who've built a platform off of racialized humor, off of exaggerated accents, making fun of their parents, and they get rewarded.
This happens in the black community too. Y'all remember old boy, damn, what's his name? King Batch. You know, he used to do watermelon fried chicken jokes all the time, you know. And when I was young, it was like, okay, it was, I never really found King Batch funny. I mean, it's like, I'm not gonna say I've never laughed at a skit of his ever, but like, you know, I'm not gonna be that type of person that be like King Beck wasn't funny, because for his time he was funny. That was funny at the time. But looking back, it was like it was lame, bro. You was doing corny little shit like that to, you know, appease other audience. He got big off of that, and we still see it today. You got people just man, hey, this shit is real.
For it. They get brand deals. They get opportunities to perform at big stages, the Golden Globes. Unfortunately, I think that Asian racism will continue to not be taken seriously. It's not just these aspects. There are others like the model minority myth. Having positive stereotypes is not a good thing, trust me. Those rob us of the nuances in our communities, and that's a whole nother bag of rice to open for a different day. Every time an Asian decides to use an exaggerated accent and stereotypes to build their platform, a Japanese government official denies their war crimes.
Things I did as an Asian kid to fit in, which was just internalized racism. When I was younger, I developed a serious case of internalized racism. I grew up playing sport in Australia, and it is a very male, Western dominated culture. I grew up in Australia, so my accent is real, but I knew that in order to fit in, I would just turn up my Australian accent a little bit more. I would really pull out my twang like a little bit more to sound like them in order to get a bit more respect. The other thing that I did was I used,
I don't feel like that's the worst thing in the world, but
really complicated words when explaining things to try and sound more intelligent, because I think deep down I felt like who I was or my culture or where I came from wasn't enough. And
I'm not necessarily mad at that one either. I mean, there's nothing wrong with sounding more intelligent.
so if I used extra smart words, then maybe I would feel enough when you are already enough.
For sure, but I also don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to sound more intelligent.
Just as you are. I remember going on this trip to Asia with one of my friends who was Malaysian, and she was just so proud of being Malaysian. I was like, oh wow, I'm Asian, but I don't really think I'm proud of my culture. And so that kind of set me on this journey of learning how to be proud of who I am and the family that I've come from. Because not being proud of your culture, it's kind of denying your family background and where your parents are coming from and who they are as well. And so it's been a really interesting journey, kind of coming back to reconnect with my roots and learn what makes my culture beautiful in order to fully understand what actually makes me as a human more beautiful. I'm really curious to know what you did when you were younger, if you experienced something similar, and if you did anything to hide your Asianness.
Hey, if you Asian, how do you feel about this? I can guarantee you probably got a friend that fits the stereotypes of those people tweeting. If you really don't have a brain for yourself and you the type that want to fit in, being a minority in a predominantly white space will do that to you. You know what I'm saying? Like we see the raccoons in the black community. Like it's so many. Like it's crazy now. I see what the Asians like on Twitter, what they got going on, man. That is wild. And I see that.
Yeah, that was bad.
All the time. Like I've been seeing so many videos on my TikTok of other Asians speaking out about their internalized racism. And I want to say this as a white person, bro, you do not have to feel bad to be white. Like my point in these videos is just to show y'all that being European and white is like the standard. It's been the standard for a very long time. And nowadays you got white people be like, oh, we're suppressed. We're not they're only feeling bad because we just want to be recognized as well. Equality feels like oppression to these people. It's just crazy. I think the game came out, the Ghost of Tsushima sequel. The character was an Asian woman, and you had people mad. I mean, they was about to not buy the game, and it's like, bro, well, how many
Really? Yo, what the fuck? What is wrong with y'all?
games do we have with a white male protagonist? Nobody says anything. We just play the game. We enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like Last of Us, Red Dead. Like, bro, Uncharted, bro. Every pretty much game growing up is a white male protagonist. So when I see games like, GTA 5, I get to play with Franklin. I'm happy, it's just representation. We can't have representation. So yeah, man, I feel like it's important that if you're a minority and you got these type of people in your community, bro, check them, because it's only going to make things worse. Nobody likes to kiss up. No one likes to kiss up, bro.
Yeah.
I thought this was something that was kind of just mainly prominent in the black community, but as I'm seeing, it's y'all got a lot of shit to deal with too, bro. Y'all got to come up with a name for them. Like I said, we call them raccoons. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole bunch of names for them, bro. But anyway, man, hey, the Asian pick-me epidemic is real, dog. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all
Word, man. W video by Antonio Speaks. I knew this was happening, but just seeing it in 4K like that, and some of the comments that people were making is just like, damn, like, nah, And this is why I say, like, I ain't got no problem with Caucasians, like, at all. I promise you I don't. I really don't. But, just as a black person, it's hard for me to, like, even in a romantic way, want to, like, be with a Caucasian. Like, I can see myself dating probably any race other than that, because I just feel like we just don't relate in that way. I feel like every other race has some sort of like thing that they had to overcome, whether it's like Spanish people, they gotta deal with I don't like getting like too like political on this channel. So I'm gonna chill on overly explaining myself, but I just feel like that adversity, you could feel that when it comes to like a lot of different cultures and races versus like y'all, Caucasians, like y'all just kind of y'all didn't really have to deal with that same adversity when it comes to just existing for having melanin in your skin. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, bro. This is one of them topics where it's a tough conversation, but it's a real conversation, and it definitely needs to be acknowledged.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look sweet.